Hookshot's great, but against Storm and Anti-Mage, it's not the best here, so you can outmaneuver them a bit here, OG. I think that's your best bet. Make it into the later stages of the game. I think the Storm and Anti-Mage are a great combination. They can both double blink on a target and eliminate them very quickly.
Well, that is looking to be the way that OG want to play. Duck, dive, dodge, and then eventually let Yuragi carry them to greatness. And then for Talon, I mean, I'm seeing some fast gameplay. Granted, Morphling is also going to be insane as this one goes later and later, but a big old wraparound coming out from OG as they want to find some first blood. Q has already gotten down the ward, and now walking right into all of them. Does he realize it, though? Can they get the lift back? They will be able to. Roots are there, and who they giving the first blood to? It's going to be BZM.
So you get the kill. That helps BCM quite a bit in the mid lane here. However, your Rubik Pos 5 now has lift level 1. That's not great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes it's like a Mirana getting leap at level 1, basically. This does nothing in the laning stage. So we'll have to see how that affects his laning stage here. It was just a trade-off to give BCM a better.
Ooh, not quite quick enough. Ollie faster on those fingers.
Fast as a mid. Tango as well on Ollie. Yeah. Or his troubles getting harassed there.
Okay. So Storm is going to get a quick bottle, but like you alluded to, maybe some issues with the Rubik anti-mage lane getting off to a decent start here. We'll see if Jabs and Q can take advantage. Jabs always a super annoying person to deal with in the laning stage, and you know, anti-mage starting off with the slippers of agility, likely going to be trying to get a quick Wraith Band to deal with all this harass, but you can see that minus armor, that pressure, it's hard to deal with.
And Anti-Mage also got Mana Break level 1 here for that first blood, so if Clockwork does get on top of him, which he almost did with the Battery Assault, put on a lot of damage to Yuragi here, as he won't be able to blink away from it.
Well, something to watch for sure, as down bottom, we're seeing BZM just push in the wave. Taiga is pulling the wave back behind the tower, it looks like, and trying to get off to a little bit better start for this one. Does he manage to connect it through? Does look like it, just barely, and out of tower range also. So DM will be able to get a slightly better time as up top, keeping that pressure on, forcing Q back a bit with the Chu right clicks. And Chu has 8 tangos, so he knows what his job is here. Just feed Yuragi.
Yeah, for sure. I think this bottom lane here, they got a bit outplayed. Pretty hard here. 23, he dragged the wave behind the tower, but instead of dragging the whole wave behind, he only got 2 creeps. And alright, he's gonna go down on Ollie.
Yeah, Taiga just gets the solo kill basically there. And you're right, that I mean, it is still going to meet back sort of in the middle part, but
that's exactly what you want it with Morph, but yeah.
I mean, it's still looking pretty freaking solid for DM.
Yeah,
and in the mid, as we saw, 15-3 for the Storm.
This is a matchup that's very Storm favored throughout the whole game, and the fact that he got first blood on top of it isn't great. It's definitely not great. And Storm Spirit is one of those heroes that really feels like it can be hit or miss in a lot of these games. It either doesn't have the impact, it's dying a lot, gets shut down, or you're having a great game getting solo kills across the map. In mid lane, will it hit the root?
Oh, no, not quite. Couldn't quite get it.
It was close. Definitely close.
Yeah, using their voice lines there. So Taiga making a rotation, not able to bear fruit, just level 1. And I mean, that would have been huge if he could have rotated mid and gotten that kill onto Makoto, but just a slight move off the mark with the root there.
Yep, it was close, but not quite close enough. Not that BZM needed the help at all, but a death from Makoto would have been for sure devastating.
So
mid lane, sorry, BCM here. Just, I mean, Makoto's holding his own here, but 6 denies is going to be big here. I've talked about before, like how these denies can matter around the 6-minute rune timing or the siege that comes out. If you get level 6 on the Storm slightly before the Tango does, you rotate to this mid lane, you can get a kill there, and that can lead into like another level advantage. And now you might be 2 levels behind the enemy mid laner, and that's the spot where BCM would love to be at.
Yeah, he could get that early rotation in. We've already seen Taiga come in mid early. That could obviously set up for the 6-minute rune, being able to get that around that level 6 mark too. So something to watch for as Taiga makes another rotation here towards mid. There is that ward, which is going to see him right now. And looks like Makoto is going to be able to get there for the water rune, while on the other side, BZM just picking up the other one. And Taiga trading out with Ollie here. Gets the D ward. Okay.
Had his own ward there to watch the ward there. And you're able to do this if you're Taiga because you have a DK in the bot lane that has 2 points in Dragon Blood and a Wraith Band.
Oh, just off the mark with that sentry. Ollie's going to be pissed looking back at this replay. Yeah, I think you're right. The DM situation, he feels so strong right now bottom that there isn't really that much concern at all about, him going down to this Morphlane.
Definitely not. How low do you have to go here to buy a Wraith Band on Dragonite? How much armor do you truly need?
I know. He needs to get closer to the tower. Now he's up to 16 at 5 minutes. Jesus.
Not bad, not bad.
Well, Yuragi, he's almost gotten to the Vanguard. We're looking at him as Taiga's stacking up Ancients, trying to build for Yuragi's eventual taking of them. But he has been getting a bunch of harass coming into him. And Chu, after buying all those tangos, knew that this was going to be the case. And he's getting closer and closer to the point where Yuragi should be safe in this lane once he gets that Vanguard.
Yeah. What's pretty funny to me is, as a carry player, and there's been an evolution of how to play the game. Most of the time you're like, oh, I have to go this similar build, I have to go Battle Fury first. But these offlaners, they're building these. In the past, like TI-10 era, you'd buy just an armlet first, no boots. Now you're buying these Vanguards, no boots on offlaners in every single game. And you can't deal with them whatsoever as a carry. So the evolution is like, oh, light bulb on, I could do that too. I'm just going to buy a Vanguard first too. And now you can't mess with me. So it's funny how these type of things, they always start with the offlaners. They do the most annoying builds, but usually the most efficient because they think more about the gold they have to spend, more so than carry players do, or they think more about their farming efficiency. But as the time goes on, you realize you can't lane unless you do the same thing back to them. So now you have an anti-mage who has a Vanguard, and he doesn't care about the NP anymore, as the Warlock will go down to BCM with the zip.
Yeah, it was just trying to make sure he gets that bounty rune there after the DD was taken by the Pango. And yeah, I think that, it's just sort of the evolving meta. It's the way it goes. And now Yuragi, he's gotten his very efficient and functional item, and he's going to be ready to just hit creeps for a hell of a long time because suddenly all of this harass that Jabs was doing, it's not going to do anything anymore.
Quite a good spot here. And the 6-minute rune, as you mentioned there, going to be from Makoto. He's going to try and make him play. Not the best rune for Pango. I guess it's not bad because you do get a lot of right clicks off, but Swashbuckle does not apply the DD whatsoever, which is a little bit unfortunate. So he'll just farm with this one.
Well, Taiga building up that bank account, and
what
Jabs pulling waves. What's that?
What is Taiga going to build? That's the question, right? What are the supports going to build here? It looks like he's going into Mana Boots, maybe? Is that going to be into a Greaves, perhaps? Why else would you buy a Mana Boots onto a Dark Lily here?
Maybe Aether Lens or something. It does feel a little bit different. I'll also say that the combination of them having really good laning stage and having those stacks built up, it's already a slight gold lead for OG. If they take this tower, things are looking very, very good for them.
Yeah, I think OG's state of the game is quite good. You're not stopping the NP from farming either. He's having a pretty good game. However, you are keeping up a farm in the anti-mage, and I think that is ideal scenario. And your Storm, he's having one hell of a game, but the 8-minute rune, this is what we're going to look at.
And Chu able to steal away that arcane. Pretty important that that gets done. Now Storm gonna have to head on back towards the jungle, try and clear out the sack that he made while they get... How?
Well, Taiga pre-casted the Shadow Realm, and then DM just stunned him, so he just got a huge nuke in the face with the Breathe Fire, level 3, and then level 2 Shadow Realm there.
Damn, Taiga with the big plays is gonna get caught here now and punish potentially. Oh, he gets out! Oh my god, Taiga gets the kill on the carry, baits out Makoto's roll. Holy
Kodo
moly.
questioned himself for a second there. He pump faked the roll one time, and that was enough to miss him the kill. A little bit lucky there for Taiga, or outplayed, however you want to look at it, but big play either way.
Yeah. And now OG, after a couple of things going very much their way, are going to rotate top. So they saw that Jabs TP back home. So if they kill him now, he's not going to be able to get back on the map for a full minute. Jabs just drops. Oh, OG, they are absolutely on fire right now. DM gets ran at, but he's fine.
OG are smelling their possibilities here of staying in the tournament. Playing so well at this current point in time.
I mean, and across the map state, things are looking really good. They're trying to make rotations on Talon to find kills, and it's just not really happening. Nobody is dead yet. 5-0 start, a 2,000 gold lead at 10 minutes. It's not like it's the end of the world or all, but the laning stage, I don't know if it could have gone better for OG.
Yeah, I mean, a good way to look at it is, if you want to switch to last hit denies for a second, is every single core has over 10 denies, which is quite high for the laning stage, which means they were in command of pretty much every single lane there.
Well, something that we don't see that often, Jabs did have to walk all the way back into the jungle. So a walking nature's prophet is not a happy nature's prophet. And
True.
Jab's going to sort of lick his wounds a little bit and try and reestablish themselves, maybe get some pressure up here on the top side of the map.
What's really surprising to me here is the fact that Jabs is not going for the Ags build. We talked about how good this route could be against the Anti-Mage, against the Storm Spirit, who doesn't want to buy, either these heroes aren't going to buy a Dispel very early into the game. But he's not going for it. He's going for the greedy build, playing like a carry here, going for the Maelstrom.
Interesting.
A little concerning for me.
Yeah, I think that there is that like thing that you talked about yesterday. Oh, wait, Ollie in the mid lane, I think, is dead again. As they will bring him down, trying to just get some free XP, and OG not going to give it to him. And in fact, Makoto TPs to try and defend that. They will still get that top tower, but likewise, DM took the bottom one.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say is that it felt like maybe that idea that you talked about of like the late game having just more cores being a good play to play it, but Taiga gets the kill onto Q. The cogs were there to separate, so Taiga does go down, and now Makoto, having used the role BZM, losing a lot of mana, trying to find this finish. DM is right there on top of him. Jabs now trying to buy a little bit of extra space. The Fatal Bonds are really going to hurt these heroes, so Chu going to die to that, as Makoto has enough to kill him off. But they all back away again. A little bit of an overextension there, and a good play from Talon.
Yeah, some good moves from Talon here. I was looking more at Ollie here. He's been having a bit of a rough game. I think everyone's been in a situation where you're playing Warlock. It's 12 minutes in the game. You're still not level 6. It's one of the worst feelings in the world. You don't have that golem to use yet. It feels like when you play this hero, you want to get 6, use your golem as soon as possible. And half of the reason of using your golem isn't just to win a fight. It's to go farm a little bit after you use your ulti. Go cut a wave, get some gold. Without having that golem up, it feels like you really are struggling in the gold department on this Warlock here.
Well, and I think that the other thing about this like entire situation is that second phase from Talon. I'm thinking back to the draft again. After they saw the DK, as Makoto down bottom, DM, ooh, he's stunned a creep. Taiga's in trouble.
Yeah,
the Wrath of Nature was big, and I think that this is going to be the death of him. So overextension and a little bit of a misplay there by DM. I don't know if he was within range anyways, as the swashbuckle came out.
No, I don't think he was.
But I was going to say that going back to like that last hit denies thing, DK has 17 denies. He kind of was able to have a really good lane where he just, tried to shut down his farm as much as he could. He didn't have to win it. And Warlock, you're not going to do much there. You're sort of picking this hero to enable a really good time for your morph, and he didn't really have it. And in fact, 23 Savage might be in trouble up here on the top side. Aragi's just forcing him back. That's going to be fine.
Yeah, I personally didn't see the vision of the Warlock pick myself. It's been struggling really hard in this game. It's playing against a lot of heroes that can jump. Well, you didn't really know that to begin with when you picked it before you saw those heroes. However, a lot of the rocks.
It goes out. Makoto dodges, moves on in, and the Golem is not going to do enough. And in fact, DM is going to find Clockwork. They almost killed Ollie if they wanted to chase for that, but first Golem used, and, well, not really the value they were hoping for.
It's not even get to farm any camps with it either. Maybe he'll defend this bot wave, but yeah, that's pretty huge for OG. You needed that to connect. I feel like this first Golem is a big power spike if you could have used it with your roll, potentially with the NP ultimate, but that's going to be on cooldown now, so I think you're going to be farming for a bit on Talon, but I really think the scale is going on the side of OG this game with how things are progressing. And I talked about the mana boost potentially on the Dark Willow. Nah, scrap that. Let's get a Midas.
Oh my god. That's sick. I love that. Hey, he's had a good enough game. Why not? He'll be blessed. You know, Talon, they're trying to scale with the NP Maelstroms, and, you know, then they'll have like, all right, we got 3 carries with Makoto being one later. OG's like, all right, well, we'll get a 4th carry too. Taiga gonna be
Taiga in trouble here.
Oh, yeah, looked for a tumbler toy, wasn't quite able to do it. And is going to be punished pretty heavily. 4 heroes nearby, though, which means it's space created for Anti-Mage, who has that Battle Fury done.
Yeah. I mean, he's just gonna pre-farm like crazy, and that's a big concern if you are OG. And you're also looking at cores. I want to touch a bit more on this Dark Willow. I've seen Taiga do this before, and it makes a lot of sense too. You just buy the Midas, and then he goes straight into Ags, so you have the attack speed for the Ags while scaling, and they're gonna go and lift jabs here.
Yeah, a connection, a kill. It's so quick, it's so easy. They have really punished this Nature's Prophet pick, and it's something that they run a lot, so I feel like there's an element of that to it too, where, you know, they've kind of know what the weaknesses of this hero are, how to exploit it when they need to. And Storm Dragon Knight, it's a great way to set up kills.
Yeah. It's going to get better, too, when Anti-Mage wants to join, too, because he's going to have the reach with the Storm to get these really quick jumps on heroes, especially like the Morphling and the NP, who don't like getting jumped. Not by these type of heroes, at least, so it's pretty scary for Talon here, as they're definitely, they have the worst late game, they're getting outscaled, and they're dying across the map.
They find themselves Q. It is going to get the Warlock slow out. Jab's dead again to PZM. That one might have been a solo kill in the jungle. In fact, with the DD on Storm, but they will lose DM and Rubik. So both of them going down. I still think you take that trade.
For sure, if you're Talon, that was very strange, right? Like, you have OG jumping one side of the map with the Storm, and then DM is going with Rubik on the opposite side. So they get punished quite hard for the over-aggression here, because like, if you're jumping with the DK, this is the hero we talked about. This isn't like Doombringer. You don't bring your own damage. You need your friends for you to do damage. So you blinked in and stunned, but where's the follow-up? There was none, so they just turned immediately because BZM decided to jump elsewhere. Maybe it was miscommunication, who knows, but something that Talon desperately needed.
Yeah, and Q trying to set up here. They find him. The Diffusal Blade, very, very strong. And gonna move right in. Taiga trying to find some pickoffs. Q is going to die to this, as Taiga tries to back away, won't be able to, but they get their Storm Spirit out of trouble and find a kill.
Hey, you can't ask for more, right? You save your Storm and you trade a kill. Not bad for Taiga there, bringing out a lot of damage there. That pretty much gets him very close to his Midas. Not quite. I think he may have been able to buy that before dying, but whatever. He didn't at the end of the day. He's 100 gold off now. We'll have it very soon, and he will start scaling. Game of state for OG right now. Just hit creeps. Get free kills where you can, but there's no rush on their side. You have Uragi free farming the Battle Fury, already up to the Yasha. Has the Vitality booster ready to go. This man is very tanky and very farmed.
Oh, it's a regen rune down bottom. They're even stunning the Treants to make sure that they get that for BZM, who, after going for the triple blade build, going Kaya, Witchblade, and Falcon Blade, is next going to be going in for the Hex. And jump in on mid. They drop the Golem, but I think that he still dies. Makoto dead, and now Ollie's just going to be more food, more fodder. 23 Savage shows up. Ollie does end up barely burning out, and well, the pull back from 23 Savage, but the step away. BZM still in trouble. 23 Savage barely living, but finally brought down, and that is going to be a team wipe for BZM, the only one to die. What a huge win again for OG.
Radiant's bottom tower.
This game so far has just been, from minute one, all OG. Everything on the map. There's been a couple like kills that Talon have traded, but overall, like the big main things that have been happening, the main team fights, OG have been run away with them. And speaking of the triple blade build, yeah, this build looks a little bit funny here. They got 3 blades. What does he need next? A blade mill to get every single blade.
To be fair, though, I feel like the blade mill doesn't really count, right? Because it's like armor.
But it has blades in its name.
It's a mail. Okay, that's fair. We could get Echo Saber, maybe.
That's true.
That sounds garbage.
Get all the swords. There you go.
Yeah.
It's a sword build, but he changes his mind.
Sanj, he needs a fourth blade.
You know why? Because he died. He realized,
yeah,
if he wouldn't have died there, he would have continued that Hex stream. It's like, okay, maybe I need to be a little more tanky there. Need the status resistance, need the HP, so let's go ahead and go for that Sanj and finish the Kaya Sanj up here. As he does, now he might queue it up again, depending on the state of the game. But 20-minute rune. Being debated.
Well, they can go for him if they want. Also should note that after getting that Midas, Taiga suddenly in that mid fight has 1,600 gold and almost a Blink Dagger done. It is a serious problem. Only 1 level behind Jabs, who's facing off against in this lane right here. Midas creep. And back to finish off his Blink Dagger while they try and rotate for him. Taiga in trouble. Well, yeah, I think they might have found him finally. And will get the tome before he dies. Doesn't pop it though. Just want to give that extra XP to them.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good pick-off, but the reality of the state of the game right now is core to core, support to support, every single hero is ahead on OG right now. And that's a bit of a concern here. Your late game doesn't look as good as well. You really need to find an opportunity to get some more kills, and I think that's going to come on the back of Jabs here. He is going back for that Aghanims. He has it completed. This is something I personally wanted to see a bit earlier here, as you will be dying here on Q, trying to do some cheeky dewarding, I believe. Or is he? But he doesn't even have a ward in his inventory. He's going for an Orchid. I haven't checked up on his item build. We talked about how farmed that some of the dire supports are, but Clockwork? With an Orchid. Very interesting. So maybe that's the control they're looking for. Orchid on Clockwork, the Ags on the NP.
I mean, I like the idea in some capacity. He queued it up a while ago and was not able to get into it quickly, and now Yaragi's been able to build into a Manta style. So he'll have an answer at the very least. Storm's still going to be very susceptible to this. Makoto showing, but they're going towards mid, where they have found Ollie yet again. The jump in comes from the clock, immediately dies after, and DM starting to drop low. They do find the control now onto the AM, and they manage to bring him down. That was what was needed, and from very far away, Taiga now with a double, trying to bring down 23 Savage. They lose their AM, but are they going to be able to get the return kill on the Morph? It looks like the answer is yes. BZM with a double, and another round where OG only lose 1 core and all of Talon dies.
Yeah, that seems to be the recurring theme. It takes so much to take down 1 core from OG, right, that you end up paying the ultimate price. I think that was a nice little individual performance there by 23 Savage. He turned into the DK. The anti-mage did run out thinking he's safe, but 23 waveformed on him, morphed into the DK, stunned him, and finished him off there. So there is that, but team wipe for 1 core kill, still not really worth it.
Right. Well, at this point, too, like we have mentioned, it is going to be a 4th core coming out soon. And, I mean, hypothetically, a 5th, depending upon what Rubik steals. Right now, he's got a Peeble, which is super annoying to deal with, and it's maxed out. That is an issue for Talon. Oh god, I wish, is that one of the green spells? I don't think it is. They should make a green upheaval. I like that idea.
Yeah, I've never seen Rubik steal this before, so I'm not sure what it even looks like. Not often do you get to see this one.
Dude, the range on this has got to be crazy. It's already insane on normal upheaval, but for Rubik,
yeah,
that's really cool. And of course, having that damage over time, we'll see how it goes.
The spell lamp on upheaval, it's gonna be insane.
Rooted, found him, Jab's just dead. Did not have a chance to do anything there.
I'm not afraid of the forest, Prophet.
Roshan is up now. I think you don't want to just run into there if you're OG. You don't have the best heroes at hitting Rosh. Get a couple of kills, maybe head into the pit after. But MP is dead. Time to look for another kill, but DM's by himself here. Talon might be setting up a trap.
They're trying to. I mean, DM is not the person you want to go on. He's got this point booster. Oh, and the blink through! Taiga able to dodge the hook shot. Don't think that was intentional. They find him immediately. Q is gone. Taiga's still dropping to this, but 4 staff away. Makoto doesn't have an angle. They will get him as he commits the swashbuckle to secure at least 1 kill. But that is 3 already dead, and now, well, they turn into the anti-mage. 23 Savage gets the counter spell to throw the stun back onto DM. That was nifty.
No mana.
It's not going to be enough. Yeah, the AM, it's just too hard of a counter. Wow.
This game is really starting to slip out of Talon's hands here.
Radiant's top tower
It's getting to the point of they need to really play the NP game. Split push.
Seeds of fortune.
You're playing versus a Storm and Anti-Mage, not the easiest task, but these 5-on-5s have not been working out for them whatsoever.
It's been pretty devastating. And every time there has been one of those kills, it's sort of all in to try and secure it, and it kind of falls apart and everybody's dead again, which we've seen over and over.
top tower is under attack.
So for Talon, what do they need to see in terms of, like, you can see a Jab's already heading up top. The problem I see is that you playing with this Storm, like, if BZM spots you, he's probably just gonna go.
Yes, sir. Yes, he is. The biggest problem you have right now if you're Talon is that you're 17,000 gold behind.
Yeah,
I keep doing like item updates on OG, and it's like, wow, they're closer to this, closer to Ags on the DK, closer.
Iragi?
Oh, they're gonna go on NP.
Iragi?
Right.
Iragi? You don't have the Aegis, sir. You didn't get it. Okay, it doesn't matter. They don't need it. It's fine. He's perfectly okay.
Yeah. They're going on MP, I mean they're going on AM, and
right.
he almost dies.
That was a little bit crazy from Iragi. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
He just walked in.
I mean, it's because I was starting a sentence and talking about
Right.
items. So I was like, I'm just going to jump in and interrupt him real quick. That was his game plan.
I like that.
Because I thought there was literally nothing that they could happen in that moment, right? But Yuragi proved me wrong.
It's just the way these players are, you know? They want to keep it interesting.
For sure. And they're going to go again. Abyssal Blade is ready for Yuragi.
All under vision, though. Some good wards placed down by Talon to scout these movements.
Bot lane.
And they're immediately gone. And yeah, that is, that's a bit of a problem for our old Jabs.
Is under attack.
God, Storm, a really good answer to that. He's so close to BKB. 1,300 gold away from Jabs. For NPs, I feel like that normally comes out of nowhere and just hasn't been able to make it happen.
Even if you get that BKB, BCM is very close to this Hex now. He's going to finish this wave up, and he's basically there. He's got a Hex now. 27 minutes. Kai Assange, Falcon Blade, Witchblade, and a Hex.
He's a monster. Taiga.
Absolutely a monster.
Threatening up top, but couldn't quite get the connection onto Ollie. But don't worry, Yuragi comes on in to clean it up. Taiga appreciating what he's seen.
Wow.
Radiant's top tower
Is that really worth a tip? Killing a Warlock at 30 minutes as an anti-mage. Literally right-clicked him 5 times and killed him. Good job, Yuragi. Well played.
Listen, okay? Carry players need to be coddled. That's what's going on
Morph
right there.
Needs some help here too.
Yeah, like I said, they need to be coddled. And 23 Savage, well, he is not long for this world, as they will bring him down. Steals the attribute shift for Chu, so suddenly he's up at 3,000 HP on this Rubik.
That's great. And guess who's dead?
More and more. AoE
Everyone.
Mana Void hits pretty hard onto Q. And, oh no, he almost got to the high ground, but not
The Blink
quite.
Dust. What a support there, actually.
Yeah.
Speaking of carry players and their fragile egos,
Tower is under attack.
you also need to buy dust for them. Because if you don't, we don't get that kill, and then we flame you. So
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Exactly.
if you want to protect your own emotional state of being, you have to do what you got to do for your carry players.
It's true. It's a good thing to remember. You know? Doesn't help getting down. I need to stop. I'm realizing as I'm continuing this bit that it's Yuragi that we're talking about, and so I don't want to flame him. I'm sure.
No,
he's
we're just
very-
flaming carry players as a whole, and I'm a
Okay.
carry player, so
Got it.
it's,
So-
you can pretend it's me.
Okay, we're just generalizing about large groups of people. I'm sure that's never gone bad.
No, just
Smoke is good.
specifically me at this point.
There you go. Specifically, I like it. The smoke's going to come out. They're going to try and find somebody here from Talon. And it looks like they're going to run into Chu. Oh, that's a gem. Listen, you got to find good things to talk about in these moments where things have gone poorly. Oh my God, is he going to live? He's not, but they do blink double onto the gem to get it. Now finding
All right, what's the good thing we're talking about?
Thinking about it. Golem down. They find one, able to pull back onto 23 Savage. The first hit bash. Oh, he doesn't have mana for Abyssal Blade. Tries to blink in, but can't quite get onto 23 Savage. Now DM in the base finds Ollie. And with that gem, they manage to kill both of them off as jabs. Tries to escape. Will not happen. 23 Savage back in, finds the kill onto Taiga. Now gonna try and jump away as Anti-Mage, losing some mana. Iragi, another
They got the
blink in a
slow
few.
on them.
And they got him. Another bash. And he's gone. Everybody dead. This time they got the two
There it
supports. GG cold.
This was an absolute beatdown from OG. There was very few lights at the end of the tunnel here for Talon. In fact, they were so far deep in this tunnel from this game that I don't think they saw any light at any point in this game. Very rough game for Talon here, but OG